International Women's Day for and by trans women is happening this Saturday. We have a whole day of workshops, discussions, and community activities for and by trans women. This is such an exciting event. Ticket sales close this Wednesday. Don't miss out. We've also been receiving some questions about the event location. The location will be released 24 hours before the event happens, so keep an eye on those emails. If you haven't bought a ticket, don't wait. And to those who have bought a ticket, we're so excited to see you on the day. Thank you for supporting this event and for supporting the Inner City Legal Center. See you there.
So International Women's Day is just a bunch of men. Right.
I think we should start killing kids until they let us use whatever bathroom they want.
Stop it. Get some help.
I feel like if you're dating someone, like, the passionate matter.
So let me ask you a question, just a quick question. If a man has a history of domestic violence, does his past matter?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Is there anything else you wanted to add to that?
But I'm saying, like, I wouldn't go digging into his, like, ex-relationships.
If you were told by a friend of yours that a man you were dating had a history of domestic violence, you wouldn't go digging, really?
I actually got told a lot about my current boyfriend. Like, people came up to me and were telling me things about him when we went out. And from seeing his character, like, I knew that that was just bullshit.
Okay, you didn't go poking around, though?
I didn't need to, because I didn't care about what was happening previously.
What if you were told that he had a history of kid diddling? Would you go poking around then, since you have a daughter at home?
I use my discernment on... That's why he's the person that ever met my daughter.
Do you think that they're just going to announce themselves and all their creepy vibes are just going to come out at once? Okay, well, let me just ask this very simply then. Would you allow somebody who had ever diddled a kid around your daughter?
Obviously not.
Well, then I guess their history matters, doesn't it?
This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call cognitive dissonance.
Before I begin, this is not scripted. And to those of you that support what's happening in the United States, you can get the fuck out. Or better yet, go ahead and fucking stay, bitch. Because I've got a message for you. How can you see what's happening and be okay with it? How can you know that people are getting kidnapped and murdered and think everything is fine? How can you hear about the children that these fucking rich-ass motherfuckers raped and then the fucking murdered the raped children's babies that they impregnated by fucking raping them? How can you be okay with any of this? And then to be like, oh, we're all about family values and all this stupid-ass shit that you know is a fucking lie. How can you be more concerned about finding out who a mother is of a child, or not even a child, a fetus that she miscarried, than trying to get the goddamn president out? How can you be more concerned with trans lives than about literal children who were taken advantage of and then ignore their fucking stories when they're trying to tell you? How can you see any of this and think it's okay? I had to cancel the video early because I was losing my voice, but here I am again. As a former foster youth who's experienced my own fair share of fucking abuse, it is insane to me that you guys are okay with all this shit happening. And to you, the Gestapo pigs, because that's what you fucking are. When your time comes, and it will come soon, you're gonna be on the run and imprisoned the same way Nazi Germany was. So go ahead, beat your meat as much as you do your fucking wives, and I'll see you in fucking hell. Fuck.
Okay, we are cooked. Yep, we are absolutely cooked, chat. GG.
I'm sorry. Yes, I did think that I could get life insurance as a 40-year-old, non-smoking, non-drinking, non-health issue having human. that was honestly my bad. It was my bad. I know. Am I 5'3" and do I weigh over 300 pounds? And apparently that makes me ineligible for life insurance. Yeah, it does. It does. Do I work out every single day and have no pre-existing conditions or take any kind of medication? Yeah, I do. But hey, I also understand that the medical industrial complex, is fat phobic and inherently the system is broken. And I understand, and that's that's my bad and that's on me. And honestly, it won't happen again. That lesson learned.
Non-health issue having. You believe that you don't have any health issues. I can see just by your face, there are definitely a lot of health issues that you're going to be suffering from, if not now, in more than likely a couple of years time. So yeah, this whole idea that you're a non-suffering health issue person is a big fat lie, no pun intended. Before we get back into the video, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so that you guys get notified when one of my videos come out, and let us get back into the video.
I'm literally just gonna make a part 2. I don't care. I'm like freaking out because the world is so beautiful, but it's so ugly. We're destroying it. Like, it wasn't meant to be like this, and I don't know what to do. I want to be a part of it. I mean, we're taking away like habitats, deforestation, like we're ruining everything, and I don't know what to do. I mean, I think that this is like almost mostly my problem. It's just the weight of how evil and selfish this world, like the humans are, not this world, the human. Like, I've just been staring at this do better. I don't know how. Like, I need help. Like, I don't know who to talk to. I don't know. Like, how do I find like activist groups? How do I fly across the world? I just want to like save the planet, save the animals. Instead, I need to find insurance and a home and pay bills and look for clients and drive on concrete and live in concrete buildings. And why not when this world is dying? This is not what I was meant for. Like, fuck a part 2. I'm just gonna post this as it is and maybe even post my first one. I don't know. Like, I don't know why my phone's not picking up all the trash, and this isn't even bad. Someone please tell me what to do, like, actually.
How in the blue hell do people gain the courage to come online crying on camera talking about how miserable their life is when it really isn't? You're in one of the most safest countries on planet Earth, and of course, like the victim you are, you still find something to complain about. Newsflash, we don't care.
Me and my girlfriend were going to a wine castle, and we sat down for our tasting, and at first they were just very rude and didn't really answer our questions, and we didn't really feel welcome. Our server said, "Yes, sir," when I was asking some questions, and I said, "Oh, no, I'm actually not a sir." And instead of apologizing, or I don't know what else you would do other than apologize, they just walked away. Did not acknowledge what I said, just walked away. We saw the server like whispering to a manager, and a few minutes later, the manager came over and, really big smile, not acknowledging at all that the misgender had happened. And I say, "Hey, look, the last person, they misgendered me and that really hurt." And they just walked away. And the manager said, "Oh, well, some people just aren't as progressive as you." And then they gave us a nice little chocolate that suggested they wanted our money but didn't want to say sorry. So we left and got a full refund. It's one thing to get misgendered and then get an apology, but it's another thing to get misgendered and then be told that it's okay and not to worry about it, and here's a chocolate.
Hey, listen here, buddy. You are not misgendered, whatever in the blue hell that's supposed to even mean. They just called you what you correctly are, and you, of course, like the lunatic you are, got offended by that. If you don't like truth, which evidently you don't, it's more than likely better for you to just stay in the confines of your home and not go outside.
This is at an elementary school reportedly in Boston. And nothing about this to me is acceptable. Children aren't a political audience. Elementary students don't have the context, the civic agency, or the maturity to be participating in partisan protest. They are at that elementary school to learn basic skills so they can be productive members of society when they become older. They're not there to be pulled into political conflicts. Schools are meant to educate. They're not meant to advocate. This right here is crossing the line from education into political indoctrination. So parents with children, pay attention to where your kids are going to school, figure out what is going on in that school. Also, the left is incentivized to control children more than the right because they are having less children than the right. So pay attention to what is going on in your children's schools. Do not let them brainwash your kids. And the people doing this should be held accountable because I don't see anything acceptable about this.
It is time for you to be pagan. Okay, we're done. It's time. It's inevitable. It has to happen, and it is the only thing that will save us. It is time for you to remember that you are a thing made of dirt and fire and water and breath and meat and anger and love. You're a person, but you're also a creature. You're also a being. You're also a spirit. It is time for you to realize that your place is part of a massive ecosystem and is also a place that contains ecosystems, and everything that happens involves you. Okay, and so I need for you to step outside of any individualism, any capitalist, any I got mine so everybody else can go fuck themselves. It's time for you to realize that your connection to things like nature, the air that you breathe, the sun that shines on you, is no different than your connection to the people around you and the things that you love. Okay, and so when you can further connect back to our roots as material and spiritual objects living in a sea of possibility, it is time for you to recognize that that same cogwork ecosystem that exists in nature that you are a part of exists in human society, and we have to be careful with both. If we go and we bulldoze a rainforest, we destroy the ecosystem and lives of millions of beings, even if they're not humans. Okay, and anything that happens in human society mirrors that. Okay, you are a creature, you are a being, and you deserve more. You deserve happiness, and it's time for you to be pagan, because paganism is how we end this. Paganism is where we came from. Paganism is where we go. It is time for us to begin to respect our earth, our lives, our experience, and each other.
What did I just watch?
Good morning. It's your favorite hobo you love to hate. I just wanted to do a check-in, let people know that I am being safe, I'm being secure. I have taken care of my needs, and I am just chilling until I actually go for my sentencing. And yeah, I did kind of realize that we do have a highly unique opportunity here, whereas I'm someone who did something heinous and I'm on social media, whereas pretty much all the other people who do something heinous get locked in a box and blocked out from society, and they don't get to talk to them. So, like, does it put me at risk? I'm already at risk. So whatever, I guess. Yeah, sure it does. But also, I know that I'm going to do everything in my part to not hurt anyone else in society. For sure. Like, nope, I'm good. That was a horrible, horrible, horrible error and a bad decision that I made, and I shouldn't have ever done it. I never will do it again, and if I could rewrite history and make it so I didn't do it, I would. But that's not going to happen, so I definitely have to answer for it, and we just have to, I guess, deal with it. So what do you think? What should we do with this opportunity? Because since we're connecting. Anyway, that's it. That's all. Peace, love, and unicorns. Alice Michael out.
Somehow, some way, even though you're a hobo, you still find a way to make your hair the color of the ABCD community. I don't know how you guys do it. You apparently don't have anything, but you do have that hair dye.
Where do you think would be better for women, Iran or America?
I don't think America's quite good for women when we look at how we handled Epstein files.
You have the freedom to follow whatever religion you want, including none at all. And you're gonna walk around and try to tell me that this is a worse place to be as a woman than Iran.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think is happening in Iran to their women? Do you think that that place is a good place for women?
I think women have their right to choose about where they want to live and about what they want to follow.
In Iran?
In Iran, yeah. I think that people have misconceptions about religion, especially with Muslims and Islamic regions.
I was not expecting you to be so pro the Ayatollah and pro dictator.
Well, yeah, we have a dictator in our own country.
I have a challenge for you. We will buy you a ticket, a one-way ticket to Iran.
Wait, really?
Would you go? Would you take that?
Yeah.
Are you part of the LGBTQ community at all?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go with her? Do you want to bring your boyfriend?
Sure, why not?
Okay, very cool. I'll just send you there, and then you try kissing a woman there. You try walking your dog in Tehran, okay? And we'll see how far you get.
Surely people are not this stupid and they don't really believe what it is that they're saying. She doesn't have to just imagine it. She can go and live that beautiful life that she wants to live. She can take her... I had some choice words I wanted to use, but I'm going to avoid them due to YouTube. She can take her behind, carry it over to Iran, as they love to pronounce it, and go and live there and see how that goes for her.
Do you know what I'm noticing more and more these days? More and more people seem to be happy to be transphobic. They seem almost proud to do it. They seem to be getting bolder and braver in using transphobic language, transphobic rhetoric, and exhibiting transphobic behaviour. That is until they get called transphobic, and then they hate it. And why is that? It's because they know that to be called transphobic is not a nice thing. They're essentially being told that they're not being nice and they're not being kind, and they don't like that. So let's call them out as often as we see it. Make them see themselves in the way that we can see them. It's very simple. If you don't want to be called a transphobe, don't be transphobic. It's really simple.
No, people are not being more transphobic. They're just telling you the truth, and you guys clearly don't like the truth, which is why you decide to dress up as if you're a character in a TV show and go along with a fake life that's not real and made up in your head.
Ignorant liberal thinks the KKK is still relevant.
ICE arrests nearly 200 Tren de Aragua members, prepares deportation flights to Venezuela. This was just a report that I pulled up from February 5th, but this is what being widely reported on. This is one of the most violent gangs in the world that Joe Biden and his open border Democrats imported to terrorize the United States, which is just really loving and amazing.
Yeah, you know, it's also one of the most violent gangs in America. Proud Boys.
No, it's not.
Yes, they are.
No, it's not.
Yes, they are.
Like, not by a long shot, actually.
Not by a long shot. Okay, how about the KKK then? They're a gang.
Name me one murder the KKK has committed in the last 20 years.
Oh, honey.
No. Let her answer.
Oh, honey.
That's fine.
In the last 20 years?
Yeah,
in the last 20 years. One, I can't give you an example, but they have a hard...
The most violent gang in the U.S. You can't give one example of a murder over the last 20 years?
It's not that the KKK is still relevant. You just want them to be relevant because if they're relevant, then you can be a victim. That's really what's going on here.
He supported illegals until this.
So this says free Iran, right? Yeah. So would you rather that we be allies with Iran than Israel?
Yes.
Sure.
The regime we have in America right now is fascist, or in the United States, I should say, not America.
The United States is fascist.
In the United States is fascist. I think allying with Israel is one of the most fascist and dangerous actions the U.S. could take.
Okay. And what makes that fascist versus allying with Iran?
Because Iran isn't fascist.
What? So what do you say to the folks that say that it's fascism because they make women wear a hijab?
That's not fascism.
You mentioned that you would rather us be allies with Iran than Israel. How would that work if Iran has killed Americans, hundreds of American servicemen? Like, how would that work? Do you think that we could get past that?
Yes, because the U.S. government does not care about the lives of its soldiers.
Is this dude being serious? Because if he was to go to Iran, yeah, he might not be able to stay there for as long as he thinks he can.
Wow. Really good dancing skills. Be careful, your blood pressure. Be careful.
proud.
She is.
Yeah, what a shame.
Yeah. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Why am I such a shame to you? Is it because I have my own opinions? Stop. Oh my gosh. Stop touching me. Like, why is that so hard?
This is more than about democracy. This is literally a mental illness. Like the people here with masks on, people with colored hair.
They already stole my mic, so now I have to use my phone. Yeah, this guy right here, sorry, this guy right here attacked me.
What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it?
Go to work. Go to work.
Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy to be here?
Excuse me. Let me walk freely through my country. Are you about to try to prevent me from walking through my country? Don't think about doing that.
America deserves to get its shit absolutely rocked, and I say this as an American. I don't want to deal with this. I didn't do this. I've never supported this. However, if they wiped us off the map, I would completely understand. It would be justified because we fucking didn't deserve it.
And what do you think is going to happen when it gets wiped off of the face of Earth and you do know you lived there? You're also going to be wiped off of the face of Earth. You do know that, right?
I just walked out of a date. You want to know why? Of course you do. Because what else do you want to hear about on a Tuesday afternoon? Happy Black History Month, by the way. So basically, we were talking about racism. Yes, he's a white man. He was telling me about how he has a bunch of black friends and they don't really bring up racism. And I was like, oh, well, it's likely that they just don't talk about it around you. They don't feel comfortable talking about it with you, or they don't want to offend you or whatever. Like, it's not that they never talk about it or think about it. And he's like, well, I highly doubt that. I think that they just don't really think about it. And I'm like, you can't speak for them. You can't speak on their experience. And I said something like, black people that try to deny racism and deny the black experience in order to appeal to white acceptance, you know, we call them coons, and that's very embarrassing. And he was like, that's racist. And I was like, that's not racist. I'm black, for one. I'm saying about other black people. And he's like, yeah, but that's pretty bad. That's pretty much like me saying that someone with mental disabilities is the R word, but he said the actual word. And I was like, that is not the same thing. And then I said something like, you know, black people can't be racist, aka reverse racism does not exist. And he tried to say, well, I'm educated. I know what racism is. And I said, I'm not about to sit here and let a white man tell me what is racist and what is not. I sure did walk my ass right up out of that restaurant, because not today, Satan.
Was this really worth you coming online to talk about?
I just like without any like reason, just like arrest people who have.
Well, it's not happening without reason. And if you can give me a case where someone's just arrested for no reason.
There's been a study saying that this is from Texas, which is a red state.
You're right.
And it said 2.2 per homicide conviction for an illegal immigrant, 2.2 per 100,000 people, compared to 3.0 for native-born Americans. So you can't be saying, even though that they are illegal, yes, they did. But the thing is, they're trying to make a better life.
You're not owed to come to America. Nobody owes you a ticket here, so you got to wait in line.
But that line, people are waiting online for 25 years. Yeah. The system is
life is not fair.
Okay, but the thing is that
life's not fair. Just because, you know, you have to wait longer than other people, it sucks. But if there weren't so many people cutting in line of people who actually want to come here and create a better country, maybe it would move faster.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you're stupid.
Crazy liberal supports the Iran government.
Hi, my name is Amanda. I was in the military. I now work as a licensed mental health professional on an active duty military installation with the Marines. Love those knuckleheads. And I just wanted to say that if you are enlisted in the military and you are, I don't know, like maybe a year out on that initial contract and you've been on the fence about getting out, get the fuck out. Look, man, I'm not here to solve the Marine Corps' retention problem. I don't work for them. I will tell you, as a veteran, whatever fucking nightmare that has started, not only do you not want to be a part of it, even though you're young and you think you do and you're going to go out there and like smash skulls or whatever, like save people. You're not, and you're not protecting the United States. We are the bully. We don't need protection. We are fucking thick as thieves with Israel. Private companies make money. War is a racket. War is a fucking racket. And if you talk to veterans of previous eras when there was combat and war, which is insane, bro, because like we have only been out of Afghanistan for what, 5 years? Ask them what their experiences were like. Ask them what their recovery, their reintegration, transition, ask them how that went. And for a lot of us...
Yep, that's enough internet for today.